श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम ओम सच्चिदानंद रूपाय कृष्णाय क्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदांत वेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे. So yesterday we were seeing यदा समस्तदेहेषु पुमान् एकः व्यवस्थितः ता हि को भवान् सोऽहम् इति एतद् विफलं वचः. When that one absolute self is the only thing which is residing in every place, then who are you? I am that. All this stupidity, all these questions and answers are stupid. There is no meaning for it. It's all meaningless talk. Okay. Now, Sita Niladi Bhedena Yathekam Drishyate Nabha Bhranta Drishtibhiratmapi Tathekasan Pratak Pratak. Sita Niladi Bhedena Yatha Ekam Drishyate Nabha Bhranta Drishtibhi Atmapi Tatha Ekahasan Pratak Pratak. Sita Niladi Bhedena. But wait, what is the problem? See, I understand. This is pen. Yeah, this is another pen. This is a book, and that is a phone. Why are you saying all this? I understand they are different from each other because I can see them to be different. But when the self is one, non-dual, and self cannot be perceived, cognized. If the self cannot be perceived through your sense organs, how can you say they are different or they are not different? You cannot establish both. So, since the self is not perceived, how can you be so sure that they are? Where is the question of where is the question and where is the answer possible, etc.? What is this? So for that we say, yes, true. Sita Niladi Bhedena, we are bringing an example of space, ether, which is also one non-dual but is seen as a multiple, plural. That is why he says, Sita Niladi Bhedena Yatha Ekam Drishyate Nabha Bhranta Drishtibhir Atmapi Tatha Ekasan Pratak Pratak. Sita Niladi Bhedena Yatha Ekam Drishyate Nabha Bhranta Drishtibhi Atmapi Tatha Ekasan Pratak Pratak Drishyate. You have to take this word Drishyate to both example and exemplify. Okay, he says Sita Niladi Bhedena in the form of white, blue, black, etc. Yatha Ekam Nabha Drishyate, like one sky is seen as blue, black, etc. We see one sky which cannot be perceived, which is not pratyaksha, but you see it to be different. Tatha. Who by Branta Drishtibhihi, by people who have erroneous knowledge, erroneous sight. By them, the sky is seen as blue, the sky is seen as white, etc. Tatha. Similarly, Atmapi, Ekaha Atmapi, one non-dual self also, Ekaha San, Pratak Pratak Drishyate. Atmapi, Ekaha San, Pratak Pratak Drishyate. The self also, being one non-dual, is perceived to be plural, multiple. But wait. That is true. But how do you say there is no duality? We'll bring an example. Ekam ekas samastam yadihasti kinchit tadachyuto nasti param tatonyat soham sachatvam sacha sarvametat atmasvarupam tyaja bhedamoham. Ekah samastam yadi iha asti kinchit tad achyutah nasti param tato anyat soham sachatvam sacha sarvametat atmasvarupam Tyaja Bheda Moham. Yed Kinchiti Iha Asti Tat Samastam Ekaha Achyutaha. Whatever is seen, whatever duality you see here, that is one non-dual Achyutaha, self. Achyuta means Nachyutaha iti Achyuta, one who does not fall from his inner nature. Okay. Why you are saying that one non-dual self? Because tato anyat param nasti. There is nothing other than that self. Achyuta is not the Saguna Sakara Vishnu. Achyuta is the absolute self. And that is why he says, so that self is I. Sachatvam, you also. Not just that. Sarvametat. Whatever you see here, they are all the inherent nature of self. Atma Surupam. Understand everything here. I, you, all these to be the nature of self. And by understanding there is nothing other than self, Tyaja Bheda Moham. Give up the delusion of duality. The power of ignorance, which is a delusion, which is the power of a projection. So give that up. After saying this, he concludes, iti iritastena sarajavargyastatyaja bhedam paramata drishtihi. Iti iritah tena sarajavaryaha tatyaja bhedam paramata drishti. Iti iritah. In this way, when he was said, he was told means he was initiated, upadesha, that is. Okay, when he was initiated, he was given the teaching, Sir Rajavarya, Tena, by that Guru, that Rajavarya, that great king, Rajavarya, that great among the king, Paramata Drishtihi Bhedam Tatyaja, with the knowledge of Drishti means with the vision of right, the truth, with the vision of the absolute, Bhedam Tatyaja, he gave up the duality. Tatutyaja, it is not tatutyaja, that he gave up. Tatyaja, he gave up it immediately. Sakalam idam aham cha vasudevah paramapuman parameshwarah sa ekah iti matirajala bhavanti anante hridayagate vrajattan vihaya duran. Sakalam idam aham cha vasudevah paramapuman parameshwarah sa ekah iti mati achala bhavati anante hridayagate vrajattan vihaya duran. To understand this shloka, first we have to understand the background. To whom this is said? This is said by Lord Yama, the god of death, to his Duta, his messenger. He does not go everywhere to bring the lives. He just tells, he sends his people, right? So to that messenger, he gives this. Okay, see, now you are newly appointed. I'm going to give you a tip. What is this? Sakalam idam aham cha vasudeva. All these and I. We are Vasudeva. That Vasudeva alone. Who is this Vasudeva? Paramah Puman, the absolute self. Puman means Purusha. Purusha means Purnatvat Purusha, that which is absolute. Parameshwaraha, he is the superior self. Ishvara normally is used to mean the Shiva, Vishnu, etc. Parameshwara means self. Sa ekah, and that self is one, non-dual. Iti matihi achala. I, you, all these are that Vasudeva alone. This knowledge, matihi, this knowledge, achala, very strong. That which is not a disturbed. One who is established very strongly in this knowledge, bhavati, for whomever that is, it is anante, in that absolute, that which does not have an end, in that absolute, hridayagate, in his heart. One who has this knowledge in their heart, what should you do? Tan duradvihaya vraja, leave them alone from far off. If you see someone like that, just don't enter that area. Just leave that place immediately. But wait, what does that mean? If a person is established in the self, Yama tells his disciple, don't go close to him. That means no self-realized soul should die. Yes. But we see people who are said to be realized, they die. They don't exist now. True. Then What is the point of teaching this? The death, as we know, is the birth and death. That's a compulsory thing. If there is a birth, there is death. If there is death, there is birth. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jathare shayanam. Again there is birth, again there is death, again there is entering the womb of the mother. This is the cycle. You cannot escape this. But if you understand the truth, there is no death. Means there is no death, birth cycle. It stops there. That is what it means. Okay. Yadaha vasudha sarvam satyametat divokasaha aham bhavo bhavantascha sarvam narayanatmakam vibhutayastu yastasya तासामेव परस्परम् आधिक्यं न्यूनतां बाध्य बाधकत्वेन वर्तते यद् आह वसुधा सर्वं सत्यम् एतत् दिवौकसः अहं भवः भवन्तश्च सर्वं नारायणात्मकम् विभूतयस्तु याः तस्य तासाम् एष एव परस्परम् आधिक्यं न्यूनता बाध्यबाधकत्वेन वर्तते. हे दिवौकसः, ओ deities, listen to this. Vasudha yadaha. Vasudha means Bhumi, the earth, the goddess earth. That is why, since we accept the earth to be the goddess, every day when we are about to step on it, it's mother goddess, mother earth. So when we cannot kick your mother, it's greatest sin. So before we step on her, we pray and thank her. Thank her for holding us yesterday and thank her for holding us today, to hold us today. Otherwise, you don't know when what happens. Suddenly, you see there is an earthquake. Today, there was an earthquake in Bangladesh, Dhaka. So, something like that can happen. So, you will lose the footing. You will just disappear. So, he says, Vasudha. And so, that is why if somebody is very forgiving, we call them, that person, some is like earth. Earth is so forgiving. She is so forgiving that every day we abuse her, but still she just forgives us. And at a point, there is a limit to her everything, right? So she is fed up. You see, everywhere there is bombing here, there is bombing there, there is this there, there is that there. We are destroying the earth by applying urea and all that. We are destroying it, right? So she is fed up. She goes and cries to Brahmaji, the creator. So he tells, oh people, you listen to what Vasudha yadaha tat satyam. Sarvam satyam. Whatever she said is all right. There is no doubt about it. But remember, you are complaining because you see them to be different. Now understand this. Aham, I, Bhavaha, Shiva, Bhavantah, Vishnu, Sarvam Narayanatmaka. All this is of the form of Narayana. But wait, why did you then say Vishnu? Vishnu is Narayana, right? See, that Narayana is different and this Narayana is different. We are not accepting everything to be Narayana, Saguna Sakara. How can everything to be Narayana? Narayana means Narasya-ayanam Narayanam, the one who is substratum for all the beings. So, I, you, all this, Shiva, Vishnu, etc., they are all in the substratum of self. Narayana means self here. Okay? Vibhutayastu tasya. And all these which you see, the varied different things here, they are all the greatness. Narayana's greatness. Okay? Tasam eva parasparam bhajikyam. And that greatness, the difference between this greatness, somewhere it is seen, the greatness is seen to be more, somewhere the greatness is seen to be less. And because of that, something is the ruler and something is ruled. Badhya badaka means something is the negator and something is the negator. Okay, we see where there is identification, there is no identification, like that. Okay, identification with the body sense organ complex, and there he becomes the destroyer, badhya. Less identification, he becomes a distracted. So should I become more identified? No, then you are far away from the truth. That is the idea. Okay, vartate. Then again, Bhavan aham cha vishvatman एकम एव हि कारणम जगत्तोस्य जगत्यर्थे भेदेन आवाम व्यवस्थितो. This is again said by Krishna to Rama or something like that. Okay. Now, Bhavan Aham cha, in one form of God deity tells to the other form of God deity. Bhavan Aham cha he Vishwatman ekamev hi karanam jagato asya jagatyarthe bhedena avam vyavastito. There is only one cause for you, me, and all this creation, the world. How can one and the same be seen as multiple? That is why it says Jagatyarthe, for the utility of the creation. For the utility of the creation means for the transaction. Bhedena avam yasto. We call this pravritti nimitta bheda. For the transactional reality, we accept some dualities in this creation. So, because of that, bhedena avam yasto, we are seen as though we are different from each other. Again, from another Vishnu Purana statement, he says, Tvaya yadabhayam dattam, tad dattam abhayam maya, matto avinnamatmanam drashtumarhasi Shankara. Here, Shiva is told by Vishnu. Vishnu tells to Shiva, hey Shiva, listen to this. Tvaya yad abhayam. There in different stories. Here it is Vishnu tells Shiva these things. Okay, these next three shlokas. Tvaya yadabhayam dattam tat dattam abhayam maya matto abhiminnamatmanam drashtumarhasi Shankara. Hey Shankara, oh Shiva, tvaya yad abhayam dattam. By you, whatever fearlessness is given. Fearlessness means to whomever you have given refuge. Tad abhayam maya dattam. That is given by me. Means you give or I give. That is same. It's all same. There is no difference here. Matto, how can that be? See, people who are Vishnu devotees, they say, oh, this is the greatness of Vishnu, Like somebody who takes a kid or some person to the house, he tells the people of the workers of the house to treat him in the same way like himself. You should have to treat him like me. So give him that respect. That does not mean he becomes the master of the house. Similarly, Vishnu, because of his greatness, he says, okay, he is Shiva. Okay, he is like that. That does not mean he is the God. He is the supreme. So that kind of idea should be given up because he says, Matto abhibinnam atmanam. You are not different from me. But what does he say? Drashtumarhasi. This is what, hey Shankara, you have to see. You are eligible. You are capable of seeing this. See this. Again, there is doubt. We'll resolve this doubt also. Yoham sattvam jagatchedam sadeva asura manusham matto nanyata shesham yat tattvam nyatumiharhasi. Yoham sattvam jagatchedam sadeva asura manusham matto nanyad ashesham yad tattvam nyatumiha arhasi. Yoham sat, yo sat aham, that sat sadeva aham, yo sadeva aham, that existence which I am. Sattvam, that you are. Jagatcha, idam jagatcha, this world also is that sat alone. Asura manasham, and whatever demons and humans exist in this world, they are also that sat only, that existence alone. Why? Because matto nanyata, there is nothing other than me. Therefore, yad tattvam, whatever is that absolute truth, ashesham, in absolute, in the whole form, nyatumiharhasi, you are eligible to understand that. You are capable of understand that. You should understand it in such a way. Mohitatmanah purusha bhinna darshinah vadanti bhedam pashyanti chavayorantaram hara. Oh, but still, see, in both these places, Vishnu tells Shiva, you understand that. You understand that. It is not Vishnu telling Shiva, it is Vishnu telling through Shiva to you. But we don't, no. It is told to Shiva. For that, he is saying, Vishnu himself says, avidya mohita atmanah purushaha bhinna darshina vadanti bhedam pashyanti cha avayoho antaram. Hey Hara Vishnu, hey Shiva, understand this. Avidya mohita atmanah, people who are engulfed by the ignorance, who are deluded by the ignorance, purushaha, people, bhinna darshina, what kind of people? People who see you to be different from me, who see the duality, bhedam vadanti, they say the duality exists. Not just that, avayo antaram pashyanti, they see difference between you and me. There is a statement in Tamil, one who sees Shiva and Vishnu to be different, put sand in his mouth. Like we say, oh, you said something very good, so sugar in your mouth, sweet in your mouth, right? So similarly, if somebody sees duality, that's a bad thing, so put sand in the mouth. That's the idea. Okay, iti Vishnu Purane. This is what is said in Vishnu Purana, but still it is the greatness of Vishnu. He said, we are saying, if we have that doubt, to immediately destroy that doubt, he is bringing from Bhavishya Purana. Vishnor anyam tu pashyanti ye mam brahmanam eva cha kutarkamatayo moodaha pachyante narakeshvadaha. Vishnoh anyam tu pashyanti ye mam brahmanam eva va kutarkamatayah moodaha pachyante narakeshu adaha. Ye mam, those who Vishnoho brahmanameva anyam tu pashyanti, who see me to be different from Vishnu or even Brahmaji. Kutarkamataya, they are people with bad logic. Kutarka means bad logic, means ill intentions. Muda, they are idiots. And what will happen to them? They narakeshu adaha narakeshu pachyante, they'll be cooked in means they'll be put to torture in the lowest of the hell. See, heaven, when we say heaven, there is only one heaven and one hell in other philosophies. For us, there are different grades of hell. Swaha, Maha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satyam. That's the different heavens. And below, the Netherlands, they also have different levels. We only know, we say Patala Loka, the world which is neither. But that is not the only neither world. We have also Atala, Ritala, Sutala, Patala, Rasatala, Talatala, Mahatala. We have 7 different grades of hells. So these fellows who see the duality between the Shiva and Vishnu, they will be put into torture in the lowest of lowest hells. Okay? Ye cha moodha duratmanaha bhinnam pashyanti mam harehe brahmanam cha tasmat brahmatya samam tvayam. But it is only one shloka. I gave 2-3 shlokas, right? Now we will give one more shloka for you to understand that there is no duality. So he says, Yecha moodaha duratmanaha bhinnam pashyanti mam harehe brahmanam cha tataha tasmad brahmatya samam tvayam. Yecha moodaha, those idiots, duratmanaha, with ill intention, mam harehe brahmanam cha bhinnam pashyanti. Tataha mam harehe brahmanam cha bhinnam pashyati. Because of that stupidity, because of that idiocy, they see me and Brahmaji to be different from the self, myself, the self. Tasmat, because of that, Brahma hatya samtvayam, they will incur a sin equivalent to the Brahma hatya, the dosha called Brahma hatya dosha. That's the greatest among. You said they will go to the greatest of hell. Only if you perform the greatest of the sin, you will go to the greatest of the hell. Because they are performing the greatest of sins, which is equivalent to Brahma hatya dosha. The duality, the idea of duality between Vishnu and Shiva is equivalent to Brahma hatya dosha. Okay, so they'll go to the lowest of hells. Iti Bhavishya Purane Shri Maheshwara Vachanam. He very clearly says, Shiva says this in Bhavishya Purana. Okay, we saw Vishnu Purana, There is Bhavishya Purana also. Now he is bringing Brahma Sutra. Api cha tu upagachanti grahayanti cha atme api cha atmeti upagachanti grahayanti cha. This is from Brahma Sutra. These two words, upagachanti, grahayanti, they will be explained in detail using a different, because this is Sutra. Sutras are based on the Vedic statements. So he'll use supporting Vedic statement to establish this. We'll see this. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.